Welcome. In this video, we're going to explore a big question with a simple word: science. Let's take a closer look what science is and why it matters in the world around us. First, I will talk about science as a method, not just as a bunch of facts, but a way of thinking and exploring. Next, I will break down the different types of science: natural, formal, and social, so you can see where they fit in and how they differ. You will also explore where computer science sits in this bigger picture. And spoiler, it's more than just programming. And finally, I'll introduce an important idea in science: the research question, how it drives investigation and discovery. Let's get started. Throughout human history, we have learned mostly through trial and error, experience and reasoning. Over time, this process has been formalized, and that's what we now call science. Today, science plays a key role in how we make decisions, from personal choices to global policies. Think back to the COVID-19 pandemic. In Germany, Professor Drosten regularly appeared alongside politicians, providing scientific insight to support public decisions. It showed how science can act as a backbone of understanding, especially when facing something new and uncertain. But science isn't always welcomed equally. Sometimes people try to discredit or even misuse science to push their own views. Still, whether it's accepted or challenged, science remains a powerful force in shaping public debate and everyday choices. Now, it's important to understand science isn't one thing. It covers a wide range of fields and has its own methods, goals, and ways of thinking. Engineering is about designing and building. It's focused on processes and creation. Natural sciences, like physics and biology, aim to observe and understand how the world works. Humanities, on the other hand, go even deeper. They explore philosophies, ideas, and what it means to live and coexist as humans. So science isn't a one-size-fits-all method. It's a diverse set of approaches to understanding and shaping the world around us. Science can study almost anything, as long as there's a method to study it. And that's the key. Science isn't just about what we study, but how we study it. Let's look at the three main branches of science. Each has its own style and focus. First, we have the natural sciences. These explore the world around us, from the massive scale of galaxies to the tiny world of bacteria, or understanding of ourselves. Natural scientists observe, experiment, and try to understand how nature works. Over time, their discoveries lead to theories, big ideas that explain what we see. These theories can evolve as we learn more. They've helped us invent new materials, send rockets into space, and even improve our health and daily lives. Next up is formal science, fields like mathematics and theoretical computer science. These don't rely on experience in the real world, but instead use logic and proof. Here, everything starts with assumptions. From those, scientists build systems of knowledge using clear, step-by-step reasoning. If the assumptions are solid, the conclusions can be proven and trusted, at least within this logical framework. And then there are the social sciences. These fields like psychology, sociology, and archaeology focus on human and behavior societies. They also use observations, experiments, and statistics, but they often go further, run thought experiments, long-term studies, dig up ancient artifacts, all to answer one big question: why do people and societies act the way they do? So across all branches, science is really about one thing: understanding why things happen the way they do and what processes led to that. No matter the field, science helps us to ask better questions and slowly uncover better answers. Let's take a quick look at how different branches of science are grouped. We can split them into two main categories: formal sciences and empirical sciences. Formal sciences include mathematics and logic. They don't rely on experiments, but on reasoning, proofs, and clear rules. Everything builds step by step from assumptions. Then come the empirical sciences. These are based on observation and experimentation. Under this group, we'll find the natural sciences like physics, chemistry, and biology. These study the physical world from atoms to galaxies. And we also have cultural sciences that include social sciences like sociology, psychology, and political science. These focus on people, behavior, and societies, often using data, experiments, and statistics. And finally, we have the humanities, which interpret and reflect on human experience, culture, values, and expression. Fields like history, literary studies, and philosophy fall into this group. Perspectives are reflective and subjective, so very different from the disciplines mentioned before. In summary, we see different fields use different methods based on their subject and tradition. Computer science is a deep and diverse field, and research within it spans a wide range of topics. This will give you a sense of just how broad and diverse the field really is, and perhaps also inspires you regarding your future specializations, example with regards to bachelor's and master thesis. Some researchers focus on the foundations, areas like formal methods, logic, and algorithms. They explore how to prove algorithms are correct, efficient, or even able to terminate. Other work on systems and infrastructure, such as operating systems, networks, and large-scale computer platforms. This includes making things faster, more secure, and more reliable. In software engineering, the focus shifts to how we write and maintain code, how tools can support developers, and how we can make programming easier and more effective. Then there is AI and machine learning, where researchers develop models that learn from data and make decisions along with work in computer vision, language processing, and robotics. We also have human-computer interaction, where the goal is to design intuitive, adaptive, and even immersive ways for people to interact with technology. Security and privacy is a crucial area, where researchers work to protect systems and data in an increasingly connected world. Robots and embedded systems also represent physical artifacts, their design, and their use. So whether it's abstract theory or hands-on systems, machine learning or user experience, computer science offers a huge range of research challenges that shape the future of technology. As you can see, computer science isn't just about coding. It's about solving deep, meaningful problems across many domains. From theory to hardware, from ethics to algorithms, there's a place for curiosity and creativity at every level. In science, every research project starts with a question. A strong, well-formulated research question guides your entire study, helping scientists and you to focus and find meaningful answers. To create such questions, many researchers use something called the FINER framework. FINER stands for feasible, interesting, novel, ethical, and relevant. Feasible means the question can be realistically studied with available resources and time. As you see in the example, scope and focus is important. Interesting means it should capture curiosity and motivate the researcher. As you see in the example, a reasonable target group, not just about you. Novel means it adds something new to what we already know. So you make sure that your topic has not been exactly covered yet by related work. Ethical means the study respects people's rights and well-being. This is a bigger topic, starting out of common sense, but then also complying with laws, rules, and policies. So you may also need to ask your supervisor in your work. And relevant means the answer matters, either to science, society, or both, about value and utility. So by applying the FINER framework, scientists ensure their research questions are solid, clear, and worthwhile. A good question isn't just about what you want to know. It's about asking it in a way that it makes discovery possible. To wrap up, remember this. Science is a process and not just a collection of facts. It's about developing explanations through scientific theories that help us to understand the world and improve our lives. Different fields of science use different methods, depending on what they study and how. One thing they all share is that scientific knowledge evolves over time, improving as we discover more. Computer science is unique because it blends both formal methods like logic and mathematics and empirical approaches like experiments and data analysis, all driven by constant technological innovation. Successful research requires a research question. So science is a dynamic journey that invites us to keep asking questions, exploring, and creating based on defined processes and related work.